I told you guys we're going to call COD 2022 Modern Warfare 2 until somebody tells us otherwise. I mean, come on, it's coming. It is. It's not confirmed, but I've confirmed it myself for myself. So anyway, I'm talking about the sequel to the 2019 rebooted Modern Warfare, and while that's controversial, it was one of the most successful Call of Duty releases in history. Infinity Ward is currently working on a new Modern Warfare 2, allegedly, and it's likely going to be released later in 2022, so fans have been speculating as they do, and I do. I want to talk about some stuff that we don't want in there. You heard me, right? COD players love it when great maps get remade, but nothing is worse than when the devs bring back a map that nobody liked in the first place, let's be real. So today, I want to talk about 10 maps from Modern Warfare history that should not, I repeat, not return in Modern Warfare 2.2 2022. Welcome to 2022. This is the first video of the new year on the channel. Show it some love, guys. Welcome to the channel, Jimmy or Chaos. So let's start off with Overgrowth. I don't get it. I don't know why this map is seen as a fan favorite. I know it's an iconic map from COD 4. I know it's a huge sniping map, and I know it was remade in both Modern Warfare 2 and COD Online, but I don't actually know anybody who liked it. Seriously, why is this map seen as a fan favorite? Somebody explain it to me. It's huge. Visibility, it's difficult. The lighting and the set pieces are weird, and the only way to play it is just sitting in a window or head glitch while hard scoping with a sniper rifle. It was such a slow map, and despite being pretty to look at, it didn't play well. With all the size and the aesthetics, I think IW might want to remake Overgrowth for Modern Warfare 2, but I really hope they don't. It wasn't fun before, and I don't think it'll be fun now. At number 9, and you're going to hate me for this. Don't dislike the video, hear me out. Estate. Now let me explain myself. Estate first appeared in the original Modern Warfare 2, and it was iconic. However, with the mechanics of the modern Call of Duty game, I think it would be unbearable. It was known for how powerful the center building was. It was virtually impossible to win on this map if you didn't have a team controlling the building. You guys know. Now think about how campy the modern COD community can be, and how much modern COD mechanics cater to campers. Do you really think Estate would play well in a game like Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare 2? Estate would be way too campy with the mechanics of modern COD, and unless Infinity Ward is planning on dramatically changing the core gameplay, don't remake this one. Number 8. I think you'll agree with me on this one. I don't think IW is ever going to revisit this map, and I'm going to put it on the list just in case they're thinking about it, and I want them to stop thinking about it right now. Downturn. It was in Modern Warfare 3, by far the least played map in the game. It looked cool, and there were some decent details, but the flow, it was terrible. It was set on Wall Street after the breakout of World War III, and you could run around buildings, streets, subway tunnels, but in terms of square footage, it was just way too big for 6v6. Heck, even Ground War played too slowly on this map because there was just way too much space for you to move around, and none of it flowed. I commend Infinity Ward, I do, for making such a detailed map back in 2011, but it was easily the most hated map in Modern Warfare 3, and let's just forget about it. At number 7, Block. It's one of the biggest maps in COD 4, mainly known for having one of the most unfair B flags in domination history. Seriously, if you were playing Dom here, it was basically a race to capture B flag because the first one that would capture it, they held it. You couldn't recapture it. Aside from that, it was a frustrating map to play on because of the dark lighting, the abundance of vantage points, people sat in the windows, they sniped at each other because the second you ran out in the open, you'd get blasted from 4 different people with 4 different M40A3s. Now I know, Infinity Ward likes to remake maps, and I'm worried that block size will entice them for a 10v10 map. I just hope they don't. At number 6, Freefall. Now, I know this is a Ghost map, but IW made plenty of Ghost references in Modern Warfare 2019, so I think it's totally possible that they remake a Ghost map in Modern Warfare 2, and however, not this one. It was one of the most talked about maps in the game because of how bad it was. It looked impressive. It took place in a collapsing building. There was a lot going on, but the flow was horrible, and it actually gave people motion sickness. This map made people sick to their stomach. Now, with Modern Warfare 2 being such a technically demanding game, IW may want to bring Freefall back to show off their attention to detail, but I don't think the community would like it. I don't. Let's leave Freefall in the COD graveyard where it belongs. Number 5, Hardhat Modern Warfare 2019's version. Now, Hardhat, it debuted in Modern Warfare 3, it was great. I've even said a couple times, I think it's the best map in the game, but when IW brought it back for Modern Warfare 2019, a lot of that charm got sucked out of the window for one major reason: the spawns. The spawns on Hardhat, they killed the map flow. Back in MW3, they had good spawns and the flow was fast. It encouraged constant battles and movement, but the new version, I don't know, that spawn engine would spawn you either directly in gunfire or way too far out and it felt random. 2019's Hardhat was complete nonsense because there was no flow, which that kind of sucks because the original version of the map was good. I hope IOW brings back Hardhat, but it needs to be the original with the original spawn logic, not the new one. At number 4, Wasteland. It's one of the most iconic maps in COD history, but that does not mean it was good, people. It was actually a remake of a classic COD 1 and 2 map. Did you know that? Most people knew it for the wide open spaces and total lack of cover. If somebody got a 7-kill streak on the map, it was game over. Once you were at the Harriers or the Chopper Gunner, somebody was getting a nuke and there was no cover, so aerial kill streaks were devastating. This made Wasteland one of the most frustrating maps to play on because people would camp for their 7-kill streak, go lay in a bush, and get a free nuke. Wasteland was iconic, but most people hated it at the moment, and unless you were the one getting the streaks, it was not fun. Clearly iconic, yes, but we don't need it back. At number 3, Backlot, Modern Warfare 2019. It's one of the best maps in COD 4, and a lot of fans rejoiced when it was announced that it was being remade for this game, but much like Hardhat, a few changes were made and they completely destroyed what people liked about the original. The new one had a few extra spots that screwed up the flow, and the spawns once again changed, which just served to screw the flow even more. Plus, with the way MW 2019 was meant to be played, people barely moved on this map. I mean, in the original, it was a non-stop battle. I love the original Backlot. I don't like the new one. At number 2, Downpour. First appeared in COD 4. Took place on a big rainy farm. Wasn't the worst map in the game, but it wasn't the best. Layout was average, but the dark lighting and the constant rainfall made it extremely difficult to see your enemy. It was one of the most frustrating maps in COD 4, but can you imagine how much it would suck in modern COD games with more equipment and kill streaks and more campiness? It may be recognizable as a map, yes, and it would be the absolute worst camp fest in Modern Warfare 2 if it happened. IW needs to stay away from this one, please. At number 1, today, Shipment, Modern Warfare 2019 version. Shipment has been coming back over and over again, and I can't be the only one that absolutely hated this version. Yes, it was great for getting camos done really quickly, but the map itself, it was pure chaos, no pun intended, but not a good way. The spawns were terrible, the choke points made no sense, and it was just made worse than the classic Shipment in every way. COD 4 and COD World War II's versions of Shipment were chaotic and ridiculous, but they were fun because they had some kind of flow. Modern Warfare 2019, pure nonsense. I get some people like it for getting their camo challenges done quickly, but the rest of us wanted something real. I'm down for a classic Shipment remake to make a return, but please, do not bring back the 2019 version. It wasn't good, it won't be good, and we don't need it. And there you have it. Those are 10 hated maps, some of us hate them, that we don't want back in 2022. You guys let me know a map that I didn't talk about, and I'll see you soon.